Alright, we're back on this May 14th MLB slate, and today is one of those player prop boards where the obvious names are not automatically the best baits. I have a few props I like, but the bigger thing is separating the real plays from the names that are just comfortable to click. There are a couple total bases spots, one pitcher prop I only like at the right line, and a few hit props where the price can get ugly fast. The slate is split up pretty weird, with a lot of early baseball and then a smaller night window. That matters because hitter props are lineup sensitive. If I am betting hits or total bases, I want the player in the top half, I want normal plate appearances, and I want the number to still be playable after lineups post. If you want this kind of read in your feed before first pitch, subscribe and turn the bell on. Timing matters with props, because a good number at recording time can be a pass later. The first game one keep coming back to is Cardinals and Athletics. I do not want to blindly stack every over in that game, but it is the one environment where a few player props make sense. The total is high, the park plays fine for offense, and there are prices that still give us room. The mistake would be taking 5 props from the same game just because the setup looks good. I would rather pick the 2 best angles and let the rest stay as leans. The first real play for me is Jordan Walker over 1.5 total bases. I like this better than the RBI prop because it keeps the bet tied to his own swing, not whether the guys in front of him reach base. He gets the left-handed starter, the matchup fits a right-handed bat with extra base upside, and at 1.5 total bases, one double can cash the whole thing. If Walker is in the middle of the order and the number is still plus money, that is the kind of prop I can play. The line is important here. Plus 100 or better is the playable zone for me. If it moves to minus 115, I still like the angle, but now it is closer to a lean. If it gets worse than that, or if Walker drops to low in the lineup, I am fine letting it go. I like the player, I like the market, and I like the matchup. I just do not want to pay a bad number for something that was only strong because the price was giving us room. That is one of those spots where the YouTube read can get stale fast. If the lineup or number changes, the boardroom is where I update the final status. The second look from that same game is Brent Rooker over 1.5 total bases. This one is not as clean, but the payout is better. Rooker can clear this with 1 extra base hit, and in a game where the run environment is being priced up. I would rather take the player who can cash quickly than lay heavy juice on a simple hit prop. Michael McGreevy has pitched well, so I am not treating this like a free spot. That is why I need the plus money price. For Rooker, I want something around plus 120 or better. If the number comes down near even money, I probably slide it behind Walker and treat it more carefully. The risk is that McGreevy keeps the ball on the ground, or Rooker loses a plate appearance because the lineup spot is not where we want it. But if he is hitting in the heart of the order and the plus money number is still there, I like the total bases swing. This is why I do not just post names. I post the number where the play still makes sense, and if it moves past that, it becomes a pass. If you do not want the pieces from Cardinals and Athletics, Witt Jr. over 1.5 total bases is the cleaner pivot. I am not laying a massive price on his hit prop. That can cash and still be a bad bet. The total bases line gives us a better way to play the same idea. Witt gets a lefty matchup against Anthony K. He should be in a premium lineup spot. And we are asking for 2 bases instead of paying a huge tax for 1 hit. With Witt, I can play 1.5 total bases around minus 115 or minus 125. If it gets closer to minus 145, I still like the baseball case, but I do not like the bet nearly as much. What can kill it is the White Sox pitching around him, the Royals not creating enough traffic, or the market just making you pay because everyone knows he is the best player in that game. Good player, good spot, but the number still has to behave. Now, the pitcher prop everyone is going to notice is Chris Sale's strikeouts. I like the Sale side of the argument. He is missing bats, the Cubs can give you strikeouts, and he has the kind of form where 6 or 7 strikeouts feels very realistic. But this is not an autoplay at any line. If you can find over 6.5 at a normal price, I can get there. If the board is 7.5, I am not making it a main play. He can still clear it, but now we need a bigger start, not just a good one. I do not want anyone using a stale number from the video if the market already moved. Riley Green over half a hit is another lean for me. The form is good, and I like that the market is simple. 1 hit, not power, not RBI, not total bases. The problem is the matchup with Nolan McLean. McLean has been strong enough that I do not want to pay a huge number against him. Around minus 160, I understand the click. If it gets closer to minus 190, I am out. That is enough for a lean, not enough for the card. Oneil Cruz over 1.5 total bases is the fun plus money lean. The power is always there, and Chase Dollander is not a pitcher I need to completely avoid. But Cruz brings volatility. He can cash it in one swing, and he can also give you a quiet game where the strikeouts take over. I want the plus money payout, and I want the lineup spot. If either one disappears, I am not forcing it. This is where I think people can get themselves in trouble today, paying for the obvious hit props. Bobby Witt to get a hit can cash and still be a bad bet if the price is enormous. Freddie Freeman to get a hit can cash and still be a bad bet if the number is too short. Jose Altuve over half a total base looks comfortable, but if you lay heavy juice on every comfortable name, one quiet game wipes out a lot of good reads. If this kind of no-hype board helps you, subscribe. I would rather give you a smaller clean card than force plays just to fill a video. I am also not rushing the plus money RBI props as main plays. Walker RBI, Rooker RBI, Riley Green RBI, JJ Bleday RBI, those all have a case if the lineup breaks right. But RBI props need help. You need the player to be right, and you need the players in front of him to create the chance. I would rather start with total bases unless the RBI price is too good to ignore. So the board is simple for me today. Jordan Walker over 1.5 total bases is the first look if plus money holds. Brent Rooker over 1.5 total bases is the value swing if he is in the heart of the order. Bobby Witt Jr. over 1.5 total bases is the cleaner pivot if you do not want too much exposure to Cardinals and Athletics. Chris Sale strikeouts, Riley Green hit, and Oneil Cruz total bases are leans depending on the final number. And the pass list is mostly about price. I am not paying a giant number for a simple hit just because the name feels comfortable. I am not forcing Sale at 7.5 if the better line is gone. I am not turning every Cardinals and Athletics prop into a play just because that game looks good. Give me the right market, the right lineup spot, and a number that still has value. If those pieces hold, I like the card. If they do not, I am fine trimming it down. The public board is on screen, but remember, this is the read at recording time. The boardroom is where I post the final version before first pitch, final plays, best leans, pass list, alerts, and the recap after close. If you are using this card today, check the pinned link before the slate starts, because after the games begin that board turns into the recap. The 7-day boardroom pass gets you the pregame board. Monthly access gets the full room with player props, premium stats, ladders, parlays, and the premium chat. The video gives you the read. The boardroom gives you the working card.